Today we are doing a movement activity, all right? And we are going to be moving in this section of the classroom. There are many of you, and it's a small area, all right? So I think we need to establish some rules first. You are not to push anybody, okay? Even if you want to do a movement and someone's right in your way, you cannot push them, all right? The other thing is you're not to talk for a couple of reasons. One, because dance itself is a language, okay? You're expressing what you're trying to say. If you talk and move, it's like you're talking two languages at once, all right? Last thing is because we're going to be moving to some pretty fun music, and the music should inspire you, should make you feel like moving. So if you're talking and shouting at each other, because this isn't recess, this is a class, then you don't really hear the music, okay? Does everybody understand that?
Yes.
No talking, we're listening to the music, we're not pushing, we're not shouting, okay? All right, now you haven't looked at me once, so I'm a little worried that you heard any of these rules, all right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to ask you very quickly and quietly to come and form a huge circle, okay? Everybody, now everyone who can, take a little step backwards. So the circle's fit, as obviously you can't go any further than where you are. All right, I'm going to walk around the circle, and I'm going to give you a number. All right, you have to memorize that number. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. Okay, everybody remember your numbers? With all the number ones, please raise your hand. Please take your hands and things out of your mouth. So no number one is near each other, correct? Okay, hands down. Number twos, raise your hand. Keep your hands in your sleeves, please. All the number twos. No twos are near each other. And all the number threes. And the number twos. And the number ones, and the number threes, okay? So moving back again as far as you can, everyone sit on the floor. Okay, what today's movement class is about it's about levels of movement, all right? So one way to move is on the ground, on the floor. Your whole body would be on the floor. Is there anybody here who'd like to demonstrate for me how you would move like that? Go ahead. No, then don't raise your hand. Could you show us a movement that is on the floor? All right. Was what you were doing a movement on the floor? Kind of scooching forward like that? Okay. Can you show me a movement that's on the floor? All right, that's a great movement. All right. Okay? Remember, we're not talking. That's a great movement that's on the floor. Okay?
Nice.
Her movement was kind of very comfortable and cautious, and his movement was really wild. Okay? Can you show me a movement that's on the floor? All right.
What was that?
Okay, hands down. All right. Do any of you, for example, know how to do the worm?
I know.
All right. The worm is a movement that's on the floor, right? Now, when you're on the floor, excuse me, you're listening now. When you're on the floor, okay, you can be on your stomach, you can be on your side, you can be on your back, all right? You can make it very fast, you can go in, so put your hands down, I'm teaching. All right, you can creep, you can crawl. Does everybody understand? Number one, you are the on the floor movers, okay? Number two, your movement is standing up. Could you please move back? All right, your movement is standing up. You are upright. So your feet have to remain on the floor. But what you have is you have the choice of any direction you want to go. I can go forward, I can go backwards, I can go sideways, I can turn, Okay, I can do whatever I want with my body, but I'm on the floor, right?
Yeah.
Everybody understand number 2? Number 3, well, what's left? On the floor, standing up, where else can we move? Anybody else have any thoughts? In the air. In the air. So,
Jump.
you have to jump, but as soon as you come down, you have to jump again. So you have to spend as much time in the air. Now, we're not as lucky as the birds, who have wings and can fly, but even they have to land sometimes, all right? So, one more time. Number 1's, your movement is on the floor. Number 2, your movement is upright. Number 3, your movement is in the air. In all of this, there's no shouting, there's no talking, okay? We are speaking with our bodies. Then I'm going to start combining the movements. I'll say, okay, number 1 and number 2. So now you have to watch where you're going, because you don't want to trip over a number 1. Number 2's and number 3's. Okay, you have to watch where you're going. Number 3 and number 1, maybe a 3 is going to jump over a number 1. But don't do anything silly or irresponsible. Does everybody understand how this goes? All right, I want you to listen to the music because I'm going to ask you about the music afterwards. All right? And I want you to be mindful of everybody around you, okay? So I'm going to start the music. If you're talking, I will tap you and ask you to go sit down. Number 1's come to the center of the floor. No talking by anyone. And move. Let me see. Don't comp each other. Do stuff that's... Are you a 1? Yes. Are you a 1? Go ahead. Don't just sit there. This is about moving. I want to see all the different ways that you move on the floor. Got it. You're not a 1.
Ow. I can't spin that far.
We're talking. Number 1's go back. Number 2's upright. Let's see you move around. No talking.
We're only walking.
Guys, this is dancing. It's not a stroll in the park. Use your hands out of your pocket. Hands out of your pockets. Move your arms. Move your head. Move your body. Change direction. 2's. Come on, we can be more imaginative than that. Thank you. This is something interesting to look at. Number 2, sit down. I asked you to take your hands out of your pockets, Bienvenido. Number 3's. As soon as you touch down, you have to jump up again. Up, move around. Jump down. Come on, make it all look different. Each jump with your hands, with your legs. Okay, number 3, sit down. Number 1's and number 2's. If you're talking, I'm asking you to leave. Number 1's and 2's. Number 2's and number 3's only. Now this is on camera. I have stopped. Please stop that. There's no way you're hearing the music. All I'm hearing is people shouting, Bienvenido, sit down please. I've asked you several times to take your hands out of your pockets. Dancing with your hands in your pockets is dangerous. I don't want to stop this lesson again. Let's go. Number 3's and number 1's. I still hear you rocking. is a number one. Everybody is a number one. The whole class is moving. You're all ones. Go. I'm coming around asking the talkers to leave. Please join us. Please join us. Come over here and sit down. Everybody is a number two. I'm looking for some really creative things, and I see some really cool things. Everybody's a three. You're in the air. You're in the air. Come on. No shouting. All right, and everybody stop. Face me. Breathe in through your nose. And out through your mouth. And again, in through your nose. And out through your mouth. As you breathe in through your nose, lift your arms. And out. And in. And out. And everybody go sit down quietly. I'd like to speak to you about this. I was a little bit disappointed because I was very clear about the fact that we weren't going to have to talk, all right? And it really was not good that I had to turn off the music to get everybody to focus on that, okay? Has any of you ever seen a live dance performance? Okay? Any of you ever watch MTV videos or anything like that? So in the middle of their dancing, do they stop and talk to each other? Not really, right? And that's what I would have liked from you. So, my questions, all right? First off, did you have fun doing this?
Yes.
All right, so let me speak to the number one people first. Number ones, all right, now raise your hand to give me an answer. What was that like to do all those movements on the floor? Number ones only, yes? Well, what made it fun? Be very specific. Do you want to think about that a little bit more? Okay?
It was from moving.
It was fun moving, but why? Again, I want you to be very, very specific. You were moving on the floor. What was fun about moving on the floor? What was fun? Now, at one point you all got to be ones, right? So anybody, what was fun about Terrell, about moving on the floor?
It was very fun because it was something when me and my nephew did that on
Okay. What was fun about moving on the floor?
Well, I felt like I was a worm.
You felt like you were a worm. I could see that. I could see that. What was fun about moving on the floor?
When I was spinning, I was like,
So you liked spinning? What was fun about you being a number one?
it was fun about playing on the floor and doing all sorts of things on your hand.
Did you find number ones that you had a lot of different movements to choose from? So, you weren't just crawling along. Did you find that you had other things to do? Because I saw a lot of really great things. Saw a lot of people who looked a little scared. Number ones, were any of you kind of scared being down there? Okay, you were a little? What were you?
Someone was gonna like hit me.
Yeah,
And
it's hard because it's a small space.
I'm wearing a skirt.
Yeah. How about being a number two? What was that like? Yes. Now speak very loudly, okay?
It was fun moving around.
Okay, you need to speak much louder, honey.
It was fun by moving around the floor.
Okay, any other experiences about being a number two?
It was fun because you can do all different kinds of movements and jumping.
So you feel that you had more or less movement as a number two? Could you do more or less?
More.
More, okay. What was it like for you to be a number two?
I liked it because it felt really fun to move around.
Okay, anybody else have any thoughts about being a number two?
And when I number 2, I feel like all of the number 1s are very small people and all the
No, but we're talking about being a number 2 only, okay? We're not talking about the ones. All right, do you know why I had you sit down? If you keep your hands in your pockets, if you were to fall, you wouldn't be able to stop yourself. So that's dangerous to dance with your hands in your pockets, being a number 2.
Well, I felt like I was a ballerina because these shoes are slippery.
Oh, okay, okay. Yes? So we're still on number 2.
Oh, I thought it was fun because you can do all the different things like the different.
Yeah, I saw some very cool things. I saw people bouncing around. I saw you moving your hands a lot. That was a lot of fun, okay? I saw people moving in a lot of different directions. Number 3s, what was that like? What was it like to be a number 3?
It was very fun because you got to do a lot of movements in the air.
So you got to do probably more movement, more energy, yes? Yes,
It was fun, but I felt like a bird.
you felt like a bird, right? Because you had to keep getting up in the sky. Great.
It was fun because we could jump in the air and come move like our hands around.
Okay.
I thought that all 3 of them were fun because you were exercising.
Okay.
It was cool. I thought number 3 was fun because it felt like if you were in a jumpy house, because you jump a lot. Like number 3 because it made you dizzy a lot and I like spinning and I was jumping and spinning around.
Jumping and spinning, great.
I like number 2 because I didn't use my body.
Okay, so I'm going to hold off on you for a moment, all right? How many people's favorite movement was, I can ask the question again, was number 1? How many people's favorite movement was number 2? How many people's favorite movement was number 3? So there's something for everybody. What was it like when the 1s and 2s were connected? What did that feel like being in that dance? Scary? What were you scared about?
That I thought somebody was listening.
I would have been scared about that too. Okay?
I would have been scared of number 1 because that was the number 3 and number 1.
Well, we're still on 1 and 2. That's it. No 3s yet.
It felt scary because it felt like I was going to step on someone.
Okay, so it was equally scary for a number 2. Number 2s were afraid of being stepped on, but number 1s were afraid of being stepped on. Number 2s were afraid of stepping on people. What was it like when we moved 2 and 3? Okay, what did that feel like?
Maybe I would jump on someone.
Then maybe you would jump on somebody.
Because when I was a kid, it felt like because I was like that, all spinning, and I felt like I was going to hit somebody. It felt scary because it felt like I was going to bump into someone.
Okay.
I felt free because we got a stretch and it was a lot of movement.
All right. What was it like, number 1 and number 3? What did that feel like for people? Now, there's some people who've said nothing, so you all experienced this. Terrell, what was that like, 1 and 3?
It was scary.
Did anybody actually jump over somebody?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, anybody else, 1 and 3?
Joseph, when Joseph asked me that I would jump over him while he was spinning on the ground.
Okay, except that he wasn't supposed to ask
Oh.
you anything, right? Because you're not supposed to talk. 1 and 3, what was that like?
I was kind of scared. I thought someone was going to step on me.
Okay, if I was in the audience and I wasn't the teacher and I was watching this, okay, whose movements do you think I might be the most focused on? The 1s, the 2s, or the 3s? And then tell me why. Whose movements would stand out the most? 1s. Tell me why.
Because you can do more movements on the floor.
But, all right, well, that's what you experience. Why do you think that of everybody dancing, I I'm just asking you. Are you looking at the floor people? Okay. Who do you think?
Number 3. because
Number
we're-
3, why?
Because we're all up in the air, you can see us. and-
So you're higher, so
Uh-huh.
it's kind of more at my eye level, okay? What do you think?
I think it was fun being one because you get to jump. Well,
Okay? 2 more comments and then we'll end. 1?
I think it would be 2 because you can spin around, you can like, and I also have something to say that like if you were like a 3 and a 1, like maybe you can like, it's like crawling on the floor and jumping out, crawling on the floor and jump up.
Okay. Are you raising your hand or just stretching?
Stretching.
Okay. Which one do you think would have the most attention, 1, 2, or 3?
1, because 1 gets to have the most fun sliding around and doing a lot more faster. And also, if like something like doing fire, you can always dug under the smoke.
Okay. Hands down, because we're going to be running out of time, but I do want to mention to you that in dance, if you watch successful dance, they move through all the levels. Sometimes they're on the floor, sometimes they're standing, sometimes they jump. You move through all the levels every day in your life. Okay, you start off laying down in bed, you wake up, you're sitting up, you stand, you get dressed, you brush your teeth, you move around. Okay, you run to the bus, maybe you have to jump over a puddle on your way there, okay? So I want to thank you very much. I hope you had fun with this.